These two mystery customers make up 40% of Nvidia's revenue. Nvidia just reported another monster quarter, $46 billion in revenue, $26 billion in profit, and the stock is up 60% the past year. Sounds like smooth sailing, right? But hidden deep in Nvidia's SEC filings was a shocking detail. Just two customers made up nearly 40% of Nvidia's total revenue last quarter. That's right. Two mystery clients, let's call them Customer A and Customer B, are literally holding Nvidia's financial future in their hands. So who are these mystery buyers? Why do they matter? And does this concentration put Nvidia at risk even as it dominates the AI chip market? Let's dive in. Nvidia is the king of AI GPU. Over 90% of all advanced AI training runs on its chips. Everyone from OpenAI to Meta to Google is desperate for more Nvidia hardware. But here's the kicker. Not all customers are equal. According to Nvidia's latest filing, Customer A accounted for 23% of total revenue, while Customer B made up 16%. That's 39% combined, up from just 25% last year. Now, Nvidia didn't name names. They never do. But we can make some educated guesses. When you're spending billions on data center GPU, you're either a cloud giant like Amazon, Microsoft, or Google, or a government building massive sovereign AI infrastructure. Either way, it means Nvidia is heavily reliant on just a couple of customers writing massive checks every quarter. And while that sounds great when business is booming, it's a real vulnerability if those buyers ever slow down. Let's break this down. On one hand, this kind of customer concentration is risky. If even one of these companies decides to reduce orders, Nvidia could see billions in revenue evaporate overnight. That's not just hypothetical, remember. Tech giants like Google and Amazon are already developing their own AI chips to reduce dependence on Nvidia. Imagine if Amazon's AWS or Google Cloud suddenly shifted spending from Nvidia GPU to their in-house chips. That could seriously dent Nvidia's growth. But on the other hand, let's not underestimate the demand here. Nvidia's CFO recently admitted that half of the company's revenue comes from cloud providers. And guess what? Cloud companies are in an arms race to build the biggest, fastest AI data centers. They're spending tens of billions of dollars to keep up. As one analyst put it, yes, the customer concentration is a risk. But fortunately for Nvidia, these customers are sitting on massive piles of cash and are expected to keep spending lavishly on AI infrastructure. So in the short term, this is less of a red flag and more of a golden ticket. And Nvidia is not exactly slowing down. Its revenue grew 56% year over year, and profit soared 59%. That's unheard of for a company of its size. The demand is being driven by Nvidia's newest Blackwell chips, the gold standard for AI workloads. These chips are flying off the shelves, and data centers can't build capacity fast enough. On top of that, Nvidia has a brand new revenue stream, sovereign AI. That's when foreign governments build their own AI systems with Nvidia's help. Nvidia expects this business alone to bring in $20 billion this year. Of course, there are challenges. US regulations currently prevent Nvidia from selling its high-end H20 chips to China, cutting it off from one of the world's biggest AI markets. But despite that setback, the growth numbers speak for themselves. Here's the bottom line. Nvidia has become not just a chip maker, but the central supplier of the global AI revolution. So, should investors be worried about Nvidia's reliance on just two customers? Here's how I see it. Short term, not a huge concern. Demand for Nvidia's chips is sky high, and its biggest customers are rich, motivated, and building AI data centers at breakneck speed. Long term, this is the real question. If Amazon, Google, or Microsoft successfully build their own competing chips and decide they don't need Nvidia anymore, That's when the revenue concentration risk becomes dangerous. For now, Nvidia is still the only game in town when it comes to top-tier AI GPU, but investors should keep an eye on these relationships, because when 40% of your sales depend on just two customers, that's both an incredible strength and a potential weakness. What do you think? Are Nvidia's mystery customers a hidden danger, or just another sign of how dominant the company has become? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you found this video helpful, hit that like button, subscribe for more stock breakdowns, and stay tuned. We've got another deep dive coming soon on which AI companies could challenge Nvidia's dominance. Always do your own research and due diligence. Thanks for watching and happy investing.